Well, let's really find out what the Portfolio Committee really is sitting with, where this issue of the Ingonyama Trust is concerned. Chairperson of the Portfolio Committee on Land Reform and Rural Development, Mr. Albert Mncwango, joins us this evening. Mr. Mncwango, good evening to you, and thank you so much for joining us on Newsfeed PM. So the Portfolio Committee going on this fact-finding mission on the legal foundations of the trust, the Ingonyama Trust, and certainly the board as well. I want to talk about why it was important for you as the Portfolio Committee also to take this matter on, considering what one could call, I suppose, a tug of war between the King and the Land Reform Minister.
Well, good evening, and good evening to your viewers. Towards the end of last year, the Portfolio Committee decided to embark on an oversight visit to KwaZulu-Natal, specifically to the Ingonyama Trust Board, actually following the lot of controversies that had since developed within the operations of the board. Now, we had actually wanted to collect as much information as possible, and also consult, engage, and listen to the whole range of stakeholders that are part of the entire Ingonyama Trust operations. So early this year, in fact last month, we then approached the legal services of Parliament to actually assist us in answering some key legal questions in order to actually educate us on the key issues that are informed by the legal framework within which the Ingonyama Trust actually operates.
Yeah, and this is...
And that is why they, excuse me, today, they were there to actually give us a briefing and present their opinion. What actually was presented today is the legal opinion from the Parliamentary Legal Services.
Yes, and some of that legal opinion really interesting, because you've got the legal advisor, Zulaya Adikari, who has talked about... and I'm going to read from a quote here. It is our view that the chairperson of the board acted beyond the scope of his powers in suspending a member of the board, as such power to appoint and suspend members of the board is vested with the minister. So this is essentially what the Land Reform Minister, Mzwanele Nyhontso, has been arguing for months. So what then is the conversation that you then have with the King Misuzulu kaZwelithini?
Yes, as I have actually indicated, that we are preparing for a visit to KwaZulu-Natal actually towards the end of this month. And then part of the briefing that we heard today was actually precisely in preparation for that visit. And during that visit, we are making arrangements that we touch base with the King before we meet anybody else, because we also are very interested in getting his perspective, both as a sole trustee of the Ingonyama Trust and also as the chairperson of the board. And we will also be meeting other stakeholders, in particular the beneficiaries of the Ingonyama Trust, in this case, Amakosi and the representing their communities. So that therefore the presentation that was made today by the legal services was critically important, because at least we know we have a broader picture of what the legal framework is with regard to the legal foundations of the Ingonyama Trust, and also the issues around the powers of the chairperson and the board, and the role of the Portfolio Committee, and and also the beneficiaries. So the legal contribution which we actually listened to today was critical in that it answered all of those questions. So that when we embark on our oversight visit, we will actually be armed. But as I just want to stress that we are on a fact-finding mission, as you correctly pointed out in your opening statement, and we are going out there to listen. The opinion that was given today is the opinion of the Parliamentary Legal Services in terms of the legal position under which Ingonyama Trust functions. We haven't actually taken any particular position as a committee on the matter because we are still going to be meeting with the sole trustee.
Yeah.
We are still going to be meeting with other stakeholders.
Yeah, but this is where it gets interesting, because you're going to meet with the King to discuss a legal opinion that was given to a portfolio committee, which is, we're talking about arms of state here, right? So this is a government arm that's going to meet with when the minister, the land reform minister, my understanding, has not met the King himself. Is that not concerning that the portfolio committee would find it important to meet with the King even before the minister has had to do so, when the legal opinion is that to suspend or not suspend members of the board is the job of the minister?
Yes, we have had a number of engagements with the minister. I am aware that he has had some interaction with the King, physical interactions with the King, and they are communicating with the King even through correspondence. We had a Zoom meeting with the minister a week or two ago on this specific matter, and then he actually told us exactly what you have just said, that he feels that legally he is the one with powers to actually appoint and dissolve boards. So we as a committee, we have no quarrel with that. All that we actually doing, we have listened to the minister, and we are going to be listening to what the King says, and we are going to be meeting with the board itself and other stakeholders. So after we have actually gained that kind of complete insight into the operations and the current, developments, it's only then that we will then see how we actually intervene in the matter. But as you know, as the portfolio committee, we have powers of oversight over the executive authority, in this instance, the minister. Okay. And the board, the Ingonyama Trust Board, is an accounting authority and is a state entity. And that is why we, as a portfolio committee, we also are obliged to exercise oversight on its functions. But the minister actually is our primary, port of call on this issue, because he's the executive authority.
Yeah. Just a final question, and I think that obviously we would follow up on this discussion once the portfolio committee, as you say, plans to meet and head down to KwaZulu-Natal to take forward the legal advice that you have received. But I want to bring in another conversation, a big debate brewing around the Land Expropriation Act, and just some curiosity around how you feel this piece of legislation does or does not impact the Ingonyama Trust. Concerns there, if at all?
We will actually we have a meeting coming up on next Wednesday, and also on the 21st, where we will be meeting with the minister. And we will actually be interacting and engaging the minister on precisely on this act that has recently been signed.
And what is it that you want to discuss with the minister?
We haven't actually discussed it as a committee, except that different political parties have actually expressed their own position vis-a-vis the law that has actually been accented to by the president. But as a committee, we are still going to deliberate on it and then come up with a position as portfolio committee.
Okay. We're going to leave it there. Thank you so much for speaking to us. Land Reform and Rural Development Portfolio Committee Chairperson, Mr. Albert Mncwango, saying that the committee still needing to, think about, I suppose, put forward and have discussions with the executive around their positioning around the Land Expropriation Act.